What's up, y'all? Are you, it's gonna sound kind of cliche a little bit. Are you making a list and checking it twice? And what I mean by that is, are you making a list of every single thing that you want to continue doing and don't want to continue participating in? It's time for you to look at yourself in ways that you kind of haven't, or for some you're looking at yourself in ways that you haven't before. You have to put death to a couple of things in your life. 10 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, and the Death. This isn't to say it's anything that has to do with like you being, with a partner. You know what I'm saying? It's not to say anything about you having, not you moving, getting a job, getting money, you being the privileged man or privileged lady to somebody. It's more so inside of you. 9 of Pentacles with 10 of Cups, this is kind of like your energy. It's you. Are you still perpetuating the same things over the past couple of years, even couple of months? Are you in that mindset of this is just me, this is who I am? You're not challenging yourself. Are you challenging yourself? Some of you guys are probably in the it's like the mindset of like material. And you may not be like a materialistic person, but you still value the flesh. Like you still value earthly things. You still kind of deal yourself in things that really don't matter. Things that don't matter. Are you connecting with yourself? Are you connecting with God? Are you connecting with the divine? Are you doing something for the community? Are you doing something for the greater good type of thing? Or are you just more interested in, partying and friends and clubs and the nightlife and That's not to say that it's not to say you should be a monk. Not to say, you should kind of like be a hermit all of your life. But there are some things about you that just needs to change. You already know that they need to change. You're kind of seeing how long you can kind of go without changing. How long can I go with this habit? How long can I go with this addiction? How long can I go with doing the same old me without me having to change? But when you don't change, you don't experience, you're only going to continue experiencing materialistic things, and you're not going to be happy on like a soul spiritual level. The flesh is of the devil. The flesh is of you being trapped and bound into what you see in front of you. Cars, homes, gadgets and stuff. what makes you happy? Take away all of the material things. What makes you happy? What is that little thing that you do each and every single day that brings joy to you, that doesn't require it being an external part of you? It's something that you already have inside of you. Drag that out, bring that out, and amplify it. If you like to drink, cut back. This is all for the new year. One. But even if it wasn't the new year, it's still the energy is being called. The energy is being called for you to let it go. Because at the end of the day, all it's doing is keeping you stuck and warped inside the same mundane things that you're doing every single day. Oh, it's Friday, let me have a drink. Oh, the boys are over, let's roll one up or whatever. Doing what you think is going to give you content and happiness and joy is not going to be long. It's not going to be longevity. You're thinking that it's going to make you happy. You're thinking that it's going to bring you joy, but it's not. But when you actually do whatever it is, it doesn't matter if it's just fishing for hours, going fishing for hours. If that's what you like and that's what brings you true joy and true happiness, why not do it? Why do you care about what some other people think? Now, I do understand that you might be, around groups of individuals or in a partnership or in family dynamics where that's kind of like weird, or that's kind of like completely different than what they do, but at the same time, so what? Are you living for those individuals or are you living for you? That's a question you gotta ask yourself. Who are you living for? Who are you making yourself happy for? The girls come over, the boys come over, and you're kind of happy for however much long they're here. Then 2 hours later, you're fine, but then you fall right back to that pit of just discontent, sadness, for some trauma that you haven't really looked at. Do yourself a favor. That's all you need to do. Just do yourself a favor and drag yourself away from that. The best way that you can. The death clarified by the Nine of Wands. You have too much. Put it right here. The Nine of Wands is you have too much going. You have too much things around you. You have people that are gonna look at you weird, and people that are gonna look at you differently for doing what you want to do. You're doing a whole bunch of things that you don't want to do. You're living a lie. And now you're being bombarded with all of the stuff that you were kind of forced to be, forced to do. And at the end of the day, when those people leave, 2 hours later, you slowly start falling back into this energy right here. This is there's too much on my plate, but also there's too much that I'm holding hostage in myself. Too much pain, too much trauma, too much abuse, too much worrying, too much opinions. Definitely too much opinions. I will say it's not easy, but you have to make that list and check on it twice. What do you like? What do you don't like? What do you want to do? What don't you want to do? When you write things down and you can actually see it pen to paper, pencil to paper, it will be a little bit more easier for you to kind of delegate what needs to be done and how to do it. Because you can most definitely go from the Nine of Wands, all those opinions, all those burdens, all of those things that are continuing to weigh you down. Wands are just sticks, just right on top of each other, just weighing you down. You can go from getting weighed down to being uplifted. Nine of Cups. It's still the nine, but you're going from what you're kind of having to do, what you're forced to do, or what everyone wants you to do, and you're doing every single thing that you want to do, and you're being happy with it. You're being happy with it. Forget what they think, forget what they say. Whomever they are, whomever they is. And I've said this a couple times, but living life for somebody else, or living life through somebody else's lens, will not bring you any type of good or joy. Only for the time being. But trust. With Ten of Cups, I was just going to say, what makes you happy within yourself? Now, the Nine of Cups is you being happy by yourself, and the Ten of Cups is just that one extra person, that one extra thing that comes along to really make it over the top. But regardless if it's a 9 or a 10 of Cups, it's still you. It's still inside of you. How are your emotions like? How stable and sturdy are you with your emotions? 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. When you walk out into the street, are you caring about how you're looking? Are you caring about who's watching you? Or are you just doing you, shopping or doing whatever it is that you're doing? It's almost kind of like your focus is more on other people looking at you. Or you seem to have this notion of people are watching you or gazing you. There are a lot of times people don't care. If they walk by you and you are having a bad hair day, that person literally only has to see you for that split 30 seconds to a minute. They don't ever see you a day in their lives. You don't ever have to see them a day in your life. There's that level of like, people are watching me, or people are noticing me. Oh my God, I'm so self-conscious. This, that, and the third. Like, no one really cares. No one truly does. Yeah, people are gonna talk. People do talk. You know what I'm saying? For you to leave the house in like a robe and you know, but you're not worried about the opinions of other people. That's what I'm trying to get at. The opinions of others do not matter and should not matter. And will not matter. I mean, the emperor kind of solidified what I was just trying to say. Like, he's an individual who, he doesn't give a damn what you think. He doesn't give a damn what you say. I'm emperor, period. He's not king, he's emperor. If I want to leave the house in a robe and a scepter in my hand just to go to the store, whatever, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, you're gonna look weird. Yeah, people are probably gonna talk, take pictures, perhaps videos. But if you're living your life for you, I mean, I'm not saying for you to, you know, walk around in a robe and a scepter and everything, but If that's what you want to do, so what? You have so many opinions of what people are going to think, and so many opinions that don't really matter, all in and around your head. And even if you were to see somebody who was doing this, living in their true, state, their true self, you'd look at them and judge. You'd look at them and you'd throw some type of judgment. But because you have so much people telling you how to think and how to feel and this, that, and the third, and you're kind of kept so low, and then you're doing and living your life in a way that's like appeasing others, and you're not really living for you. You need to be in this Emperor energy, this 10 of Pentacles, this 10 of Cups. So what? You change that. This is who I am to this is who I'm wanting to be. I'm wanting to be different than the old version of me. I need to put an ending, death, and rebrand and rebuild myself. I'm not gonna care what you think. I'm not gonna care what you say. I'm not hurting nobody by how I'm living, how you're living. You live how you want to live, and I live how I want to live. Leave me be. Why are you all up and around me? The Ace of Pentacles is you giving yourself that permission to, how do I want to say this? Like, you're giving yourself that permission to just, what is it? Excavate? Excavating? I don't think that's the right word. You're just giving yourself that permission to go ahead and be you. Go ahead and do what you want to do. This is my firm foundation now of what it is I want to do. If I want to walk out of here, out of my house, in a robe, in a robe, whenever I feel like it, cool. If I want to wear different types of wigs, different color wigs, cool. Well, you got something to say about it? Go ahead. I don't care. That's the energy. You're giving yourself that permission to be free. Be free. Justice, being free, giving yourself that permission to. Justice is Libra, air sign, free. You're freeing yourself in the mind. Be free. Who has told you otherwise when you were younger? Or when you were a teenager? Or a young adult? Who has told you otherwise? Who has looked at you or sat you down and made you turn off that creativity? Nine of Cups, 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and the Emperor. That's your creativity that's kind of been dampened. You can't live for you. You can't do what you want to do because now you're meant to do what everybody else of the flesh is doing. You should look like this. You should behave like this. You should do this. You should do that. You shouldn't care. There will always be those people who are not creative and fun with themselves who's going to try to tell someone who is fun how to not be fun. Meanwhile, you're thinking, oh, you know what? Yeah, that makes sense. I shouldn't be fun. But you know, what? That doesn't make sense. There are times to be fun, you know. Obviously, if you have a proper event to go to, you're not going to show up in a pink wig. You're not going to show up with a robe. You clearly have an understanding of that. But it's just do what you want to do. If you want to go fishing and you've never done fishing before, and that's something that a lot of people around you don't do, go fishing. For crying out loud, go fishing. Okay, if you want to be a farmer, and a farmer is just completely different than what you're doing right now, sitting in a cubicle, probably, you know, in a corporate office or whatever, farm. Do what you want to do. Like, you know you want to do it because you continue thinking about it. You're probably watching videos on it. Like, you're pretty much killing yourself in wanting to do something that everyone around you is telling you not to do. But you're not hurting anybody. It's not something that's bad. I'm not saying go do something, you know, that's obviously wrong. But that's what's in your heart. That's what you're thinking of. So why are you allowing other people to dictate how you should be feeling? This is a person that's throwing the cup away because somebody told them that creativity, that whatever it is that's about you, that makes you you, they told you that, you know, that wasn't cute. They told you that wasn't nice. They told you you should change. They told you whatever it is they needed to tell you to throw it away because they wanted you to be like everybody else, a robot, mindless, heartless. Come on. Throwing the cup away, like I said, you're free in the mind, but this is someone who is deciding not to be free. It's weird how people have the ability to kind of like make you think differently, like change your whole perception. Like being free, doing what you want to do is the way to be. And I know there are some people who kind of, they live a regular normal life. So yeah, I know that. But there are other individuals, if you're watching this, you know, video, for starters, you're probably someone who has a whole bunch of creativities and a whole bunch of ways about you. But the people around you, even the enemy, wants to make you be a robot. You can't be creative. You can't be smart. You can't be fun. You can't be outlandish if you want to. You have to do what everyone else is doing. You have to stay in the programming. Don't do you, do what everyone else is doing. Why can't you be normal like everyone else and do what everyone else is doing day in and day out? Kind of being forced to be normal when you're everything but. You're everything but normal. But that's not a good thing. Why not? People are weird to me sometimes. Now, as soon as The Lovers came out, that was kind of like finding, not even finding. You will find each other. Man or woman, woman or man, you will be finding your other, choose my words carefully, weird, but in a good way, counterpart. Like I said, if you, that one day you decide to go fishing and say F it, boom, you find a friend out there on the lake. You find your potential partner out there doing the same thing, just doing them. You end up clicking up, and now look. Now you're two weirdos having fun and couldn't give a damn about what people think. What you're trying to force yourself not to do because everyone is telling you not to do it is you needing to follow it. You're sitting in a corporate office and you want to farm, you end up going to Lowe's or Home Depot to get items and things, and somebody else, you just end up talking to someone who's doing the exact same thing that you're doing. Like, it's that level of like, leave them alone and you do you, and then you end up finding you and somebody else who's doing the same thing. Like, wow. Four of Wands. It's kind of funny because I promise you this wasn't any kind of love reading. This is kind of having having you embrace that thing that's inside of you that's wanting to come out, that's wanting to pop out. Stop listening to people, ma'am, sir. If you want to do something, you do it. If you want to wake up at 3 a.m. and eat ice cream because you want to wake up at 3 a.m. and eat ice cream, you do so. Make sure you're not lactose intolerant like me. I'm still gonna do it, but if that's what you want to do, you do it. You live a healthier, better, fun, fulfilled life when you do you. You wake up every morning at the same time, you go to the gym, for some that's routine, I understand that. But there's a difference between having a routine and doing something because you were programmed to do it. You wake up at 3 a.m. and you eat ice cream, so what? But obviously others who have routine are probably not going to do it. But I don't wanna come off as like people who actually do wake up and they do this and they do that. There are some people who do things by routine, and there are others who do things by program. But if you've been doing the same thing and you know you're not happy doing the same thing and it doesn't bring you joy and fulfillment, and you want to change it little by little, what needs to go, what can stay? Make a list and check it twice. If you're an ice cream eater at 3 a.m., I guarantee you're going to find a partner or somebody or best friend that does the same thing. You don't even have to wake up at 3 a.m. to eat ice cream. You could just wait till 3. Like, whatever the case may be, bro. It's just that level of stop caring. Stop caring what others think. Stop doing what others want you to do. Get into the Emperor energy, get into the Nine of Cups energy, and do things for you. If you don't like it, so what? They're not living your life. You're not married to them. You're not attached to them. If they're looking at you sideways, you have my permission to look at them sideways. If they ask you, what are you doing? I'm doing me. What are you doing? That's the best response. I'm doing me. What are you doing? Not doing that. Oh, well. Sucks to be you then. So I don't know who this reading is for, who this message is for, but when when you stop doing the programmed stuff that you're kind of led to always doing, and you kind of break out of that chain, break out of that cycle, you will find, and this doesn't even have to be like a partner or a friend, it could just be community. You know, it could just be a group of individuals who like to fish, a group of individuals who like to farm, a group of individuals who like to eat ice cream at the same time. Like, you're getting out of what is keeping you stuck, Nine of Wands, and you're going towards elevation. You're going towards just you being you. You really want to live your life. From 60, 70, or 80, and just be like, damn, I wish I would have done this. Once you get into that energy, when you get into like old age and you're like, I wish I would have done this, then that's when you know you fucked up. Because you should have. Why didn't you? Oh, because you was listening to other people and their BS? You were listening to the programmings that you were being fed? Don't ever get into the space and mindset years down the line and say, I wish I would have done X, Y, Z. Because I'm telling you right now, don't wait till then. Do that now. Eat that cake, eat that cookie, eat the ice cream, so what? Walk around in that wig, so what? Robe, so what? New York state of mind. I don't know where that came from. Have a New York state of mind? I don't know. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the reading. Like, share, and subscribe if you feel compelled to. Other than that, I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.